Hello, and welcome back to the Market Minute with Mattie. Like always, I'm your host, Mattie Horchler. In this episode, I will talk about some weekly reports and give you insights into the current markets. This episode's live weight sales and market numbers are from the end of May. All weekly reports referenced in this article will be linked in the show notes below or found on the USDA Market News website. We're going to get right into the PA Weekly Cattle Auction Summary from the USDA report date May 18th through May 24th. I'll use the numbers with the largest number of cattle sold that week. However, you can find all the numbers linked in the show notes. The total number of cattle sold this past week was 4,095 head, which is up from last year's number by about 1,913 head. It appears that little to no feeder cattle were recorded this week unless they were feeder dairy calves. It was broken down into 59% slaughter cattle and 41% feeder dairy calves. But on to the numbers. So slaughter steers weighing from 1,245 pounds to 1,960 pounds averaged about $211 to $235 per hundredweight. Slaughter heifers weighing between 1,266 pounds and 1,740 pounds were going anywhere for between $213 to $227 per hundredweight. Cows weighing between 1,045 pounds to 1,410 pounds were going between $126 to $159 per hundredweight. Bulls weighing from 1,080 pounds to 2,390 pounds were sold anywhere from $182.50 to $218 per hundredweight. Regarding futures, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange projects that national live cattle prices will stay at their current price with little to no change into June. The CME reports have shown a slight increase for feeder cattle in the next couple of months, and we will have a slight increase throughout the summer, but they're only predicting a few cents rise in those months. Well, now let's look at the weekly report for sheep and goats. This information is found using the USDA's report for the New Holland sheep and goat auction, which essentially serves as Pennsylvania's weekly report. However, New Holland's preliminary records for May 26th show no record for any sheep. But I will be adding the sheep reports from the Greencastle auction as well as the national prices. I am so sorry for the inconvenience. So, to start, there was 2,870 goats go through the New Holland auction barn the week of the 26th. 52% of those animals were kids, 27% were nannies or does, and 11% were bucks. To get into the numbers, kids, does, and bucks weighing from 40 to 69 pounds were going for $130 to $285 per hundredweight. Kids, does, and bucks weighing from 70 to 79 pounds were going for $240 to $365 per hundredweight. Goat weather kids weighing from 110 to 140 pounds were going for about $400 to $525 per hundredweight. Nannies, does, and bucks weighing from 100 pounds to 140 pounds are going for $130 to $210 per hundredweight. Bucks or billies weighing from 100 to 140 pounds sold for around $305 to $395 per hundredweight. I will now move on to the Greencastle report for the sheep numbers. Wooled and shorn sheep weighing from 80 to 88 pounds were going for $290 to $360 per hundredweight. Wool and shorn sheep weighing from 90 to 104 pounds were going for $295 to $370 per hundredweight. Hair breeds weighing from 80 to 103 pounds were going for $295 to $365 per hundredweight. Ewes weighing from about 103 pounds to 133 pounds were selling from $130 to $133 per hundredweight. According to the National Sheep Summary, negotiated purchases of slaughter lambs were about $1 to $2 higher than comparable sales. Overall, the domestic slaughter lamb weighted average price was about $165.71 per hundredweight. I will also give a quick update on the New Holland numbers for swine. 330 pigs were reported through the auction barn, which is up from last year's numbers, about 137 head. This week's breakdowns for hogs was 100% slaughter hogs, 85% of that 100% was barrows and gilts, and 11% were sows, and 4% were boars. Now on to the numbers. Barrows and gilts weighing 105 to 196 pounds brought about $70 to $80 per hundredweight. Barrows and gilts weighing 221 pounds to 295 pounds brought about $70 to $87 per hundredweight. Sows weighing 410 pounds to 490 pounds brought about $52 to $62 per hundredweight. Boars weighing 410 pounds to 440 pounds brought about $12 per hundredweight. Nationally, the direct hogs plant-delivered live price is anywhere from $61.50 to $76.50. However, carcass-based price was charted as anywhere between $89 and $99. Well, folks, that is all I have for you this week. Any and all information can be found on the USDA Market News website or linked in the show notes below. As always, do not hesitate to contact your local Penn State Extension livestock educator or visit our website at extension.psu.edu. Thank you for joining me for this month's installment of the Market Minute with Mattie. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Barnyard broadcast on June 8th. I will talk to y'all later.